This is the mood of day 38, South America, Cold War, Goias. It's cloudy Thursday morning in Sweden, early January 2021. And South America struggling to survive with 4 days to go, more or less exactly, has discovered to its great horror that the evil Japanese Empire, now only consisting of the home islands, since they ceded their entire Asian empire to their allies, Tibet, Germany, and Kazakhstan. But Japan still hates South America. They do. They do. Well, they have good reason. The treacherous South Americans were offered a share map without any previous discussion, alliance, or information sharing. And the treacherous, evil South Americans accepted. But they removed their own maps so they could see Japan's, and Japan couldn't see their troop dispositions. Because at that time, Japan was actually quite active in the Pacific, and I didn't know their intentions. I didn't know their army strength. And he gave me free maps. But apparently, Japanese Emperor, the evil Kanazawa, oh, Saito Makoto, with 300 victory points, took offense. And since then, South America has been branded traitors and evildoers in the world by Japan. This has been confirmed by communication, by intercepted spy messages between Germany and Japan. So Japan's only purpose in life now is to give away all its lands and get back at South America. And here are their dispositions. They have two ships here, a cruiser and a battleship, sitting north of Hawaii. They have another powerful combat flotilla here of two cruisers, actually level 4, it's quite decent, and another battleship. So they have 5 warships ready to strike and avenge their honor. And their main invasion force is the cruiser flotilla FR-46, consisting of no less than 35 level 4 armored cars and 15 medium tanks level 2. That and they also have an escort consisting of 3 cruisers. Atago class? Agano class. Now, those 50 tanks or armored vehicles, if they land on a landmass and spread out, within hours the entire map would turn brown, I guess. It's a very powerful invasion force. Oops. Once it has landed, but sitting off Honolulu with only 3 cruisers, it's a little bit vulnerable, especially when South America has 10 top modern submarines sitting on top of it in the exact same spot. Unfortunately though, in the airport of Honolulu are no less than 3 nuclear rockets. Yeah, and 2 other rockets. They are not very powerful anti-submarine weapons, so they are of no concern. But the nuclear rockets, god damn it, 350 submarine each. That's 1,000. How many hit points? That they could take out an entire 10 stack with 3 nukes. Oh noes, oh noes, oh noes. What to do's, what to do's, what to do's. Well, the bad thing is they're level 3 naval bombers. They can't find my submarines, but they sure can attack them while they're fighting. So I have a terribly difficult choice here. Wait 1 hour and 37 minutes. Meow. Yeah, that means war in Bengal. War! War! If you can't hear the cat, you think I'm crazy, but the cat just told me that. All right. So why don't I strike the remaining? I don't know, seven, five. I don't know, five. Let's say five. They're gonna land in 20 minutes. They're gonna land in 90 minutes. 1 hour. Why don't I eliminate them and strike now? Tora, Tora, Tora. Let's climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And maybe I want to get those 9 submarines in place in 40 minutes to strike these 2 ships. Nah, this 1 submarine would be enough. Okay, so that's not it. Then why, you ask yourself? What is the terrified South American High Command up to? Would it be that these 2 carrier forces should reach Hawaii? No way. That's gonna take a day almost. If they're even going there. Th hmm. You wonder. Could it be that these 3 submarine strike forces heading towards New Zealand and the warlike New South Wales territories, that they are supposed to support? No. Is Papeete a Japanese stronghold? Not really. It's been scouted. Uh, didn't see any forces. Mm. So then what is it? Well, it is actually that on Honolulu there are no less than 8 South American spies, and they're all equipped with TNT charges that cost $4,000 per day. Well, I am porno, but not this porno. Twitch, please don't ban me. So these 8 spies are ordered to attack the Honolulu Level 1 airfield where the nuclear rockets are sitting. And hopefully these 8 spies will eliminate the airfield, or at least take it down from 100% health. And that means the nuclear rockets can't fire. That means the aircraft can't fly. So in 1 hour and 34 minutes, hopefully the submarines can strike without any repercussions from air and nuclear forces of Japan. This is a weird song that we're not going to listen to. This VIP Lounge album is useless. Now, can he repair that airfield? Yes. Yes, of course. And it only takes half an hour, if I'm correct, an aircraft factory level 1. Depending on the morale of the province, so maybe a little bit longer after I strike. I'm not very familiar with spies, but I'm hoping to eliminate these air forces with my carriers later on in a secondary strike, or even cruisers, that's what I said. Carrier aircraft or shore bombardment. But I want to strike these naval forces, and it gives me a chance to check out Johnson Atoll. Probably no naval forces here, but I wasn't aware of this secondary battle group. Oh, kind of mysterious, kind of shitty. So this is the kind of choices I like. They're hard to make, but both results are rather pleasant. Um, the worst that could happen is that he nukes his own forces. What I would do as Japan is, when I saw that my 66 stacks were whittling away and dying, I would probably nuke the submarines when my last transports were about to die. My biggest nightmare is that these troops were gonna start moving during the night when I was soundly asleep by the rudder. But they didn't. So whatever happens now, I'm gonna stare at the screen in more or less for an hour and a half, quite intently. And if they start moving, I'm gonna snag them in my submarine net that I spun so viciously over the eons of time that's passed since South America started its road to second place. Now, what else happened? Well, Ethiopia was caught sailing up the central Atlantic by my scouting carrier forces. So I'm very happy. I felt very content that my carrier scouting paid off. I during daytime I sent out these. I wasn't on top of them. I was maybe almost a full node away. I was scouting one node. I call these dots in ocean nodes, like crossroads, ocean crossroads, and it saw the navy, and it was 28 ships, whereof only, let's say, 6 were warships and the others were troop transports. So kind of a small force to send to invade Illinois, but Illinois caught wind of at least 20 warships and at least 7 more transports up here, and they've been eliminated during the night. So that, I guess that was their main force. So an estimate of around 60 units. We're going. What's this? Okay, Germany has nuclear rockets, and they're using them to attack 7 warships. Yeah, that's a fair trade-off. They have 1800 naval attack, and this stack only contains 500 hit points. So it should be gone. And I think this transport will be blopped too. So this is why I don't approach. Oh, he actually survived with 3 ships, 3 destroyers. Is that there is a 20% random damage multiplier up or down when you do damage for each stack, for each unit. I don't know, but I would the transport that wasn't on top of the ships but nearby was eliminated. But out of 7 ships, 3 survived without any damage. I don't understand that combat system. What I do understand, it's quite dangerous to approach the German coast or African coast. You see what I'm saying? Spain told me that Germany has 63 nuclear bombers more than a week ago. Okay, here are German ships heading towards Tunis. I don't know. I think they're going out of the Mediterranean. But good news, 60 Ethiopian troops will not be coming in the soft underbelly of South America. Hello, viewer. They will not be sneak invading at the bottom of the map, hitting me in my thin submarine screen on the southern coast. Oh, this is good song. I like this. It's perfect. Italian summer. Yeah. Uh, sure, he can have more forces, but remember, he's at he's at war with Western Australia, not very successfully, and he lost 60 units. So whatever happens, that's a 60 unit in our advantage. And he asked me in chat. He asked me why. He didn't have the time to write a question mark, but I suppose it's a question. I told him, do you need to ask really? And he answered yes. So we have okay, why, and yes. He sure has some succinct communication skills. Very to the point. Ethiopia. I have intercepted him discussing a lot with Germany. Well, to me, it's pretty darn obvious that if you invade my North American ally, I will stop it if I can. But he seems surprised. I said I would not attack him unless he attacked me. That he actually included my ally in northern North America. Is he surprised? And remember, he was the one who said like, "Ooh, you're gonna be invaded by all these Asian nations." Yeah, I, I think that was his attempt at uh, drawing my attention away from whatever he was doing, which was apparently invading Illinois. But if he had landed those forces, if say Illinois was busy in the Greenland, Iceland, UK area, and he managed to sneak in here into the heartlands and land those 40 or so modern, quite modern land forces, yeah, they would have been in trouble. And how would I have dealt with it? I have a handful of tactical bombers, but they would be very busy. That would be hard. Maybe not impossible, but hard. And my land forces are not enough at all to deal with that. So the right choice was obviously to strike them. With I moved up all my carrier forces. You can see that in the previous stream, and I sent my naval bomber stacks, and it just said blobs, and they all sank. Well, not the second task force. That took a little bit longer, but they're gone now. And the Ethiopian. Um, Look, Illinois has lost 400,000 to Germany's 150. Illinois, you need to be careful with Germany. Uh, Libya is taken out, yeah. But here's Goias. He lost 50,000, and I lost 3.6. So that was a good war. That was a good war. He still has 4 days to build new forces, send them across the ocean, invade, and get his revenge. Yeah, not gonna happen. Too little time. So I'm feeling very good about that. And with whatever happens with Japan here, it's gonna be good for me. He might send the 3 nukes. He might start bombing me with his naval bombers. Yet this 66 stack is dead. It's not gonna get away. Or as I like to say, I would be extremely surprised if it would. So I made up my mind finally. I am going to let the naval bombers land and become operational on their level 1 airbase. I will wait 1 hour and 24 minutes. I will then see what happens with the spies. I mean, 8 spies on... So military sabotage says spies on military sabotage missions try to interfere with the enemy's military plans and infrastructure. I do think that's the mission that attacks buildings. The economic sabotage try to damage them resource production and morale. Resource production, maybe I should take 1 or 2 spies and put it on economic just to make sure, because if if I don't kill the airbase, I let those naval bombers land. Now there's also an even better solution, and that is having Japan AFK when I strike. It's just gonna take, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes to just wipe this and get away. And then his naval bombers can't find me. They can't see me because they're lower level than my submarines. So, he's not online all the time either. So, and then I can just decide if his nukes can sit here, his naval bombers can sit here. For all I care, I don't care. Or I can send my 2 carrier forces and kind of start bombing them, take them out, or send cruisers. I can just keep the spies going and kill the airbase and keep it down below level 1, and he can't fire off his nukes, he can't fly his airplanes. Because you need at least a level 100% airbase operational to use aircraft. That's why it's a good idea to build more than level 1 in case it gets damaged. It doesn't go down below the minimum operational level. Expensive, yes, but yeah, war is hell. Okay, 20 minutes of gloating. Yeah, I am gloating. I have deserved it. 38 days of pain and suffering in the land of samba and tango, South America, and suffering from obnoxious, moronic, idiotic, neckbeard players all over the place. I just decided that I'm gonna send. I'm feeling so confident that I'm sending 30 submarines over towards Papua New Guinea and New South Wales, and I'm kind of gonna mess up their navies a bit. Buff my stats. That's what it's called. Actually, after I hit Japan, I'm probably gonna send maybe some submarines from my coast here towards Ethiopia and have a little bit of fun with him. I'm just gonna stay away from the German coast because it's stacked with nukes. What I'm not even sure Germany is brave enough to actually attempt his invasion. Uh, the current stat in the newspaper is 721 tons to 834, so Germany's only up 15% production to me, and he has almost twice the number of points, remember, which means more or less twice the amount of territories. So I'm really, 15%. If that's where we had started, I probably could have fought him and won. But remember, I didn't have Mexico. I had Mexico and Texas to fight. Yeah, if you've seen this series, it's a long one, I know, but you know that now it's as powerful as I've been, and Germany has kind of been declining in relative power. Because obviously, if you own 45% of the military forces in the world, day 18 or whatever, you have a huge maintenance cost. And my spies told me that he's sitting with a shitload of resources and money, but no manpower. So basically, he's only building troops. And the funny thing is, I see that his stacks of attack bombers, they're still level 4. They were level 4 when he hit me in Africa at the beginning of the game. Actually, okay, not the very beginning, but after the initial 2 weeks, maybe when I took out South America, third week or so, I went into Africa. Let's say yeah, I think he struck me day 18 of the campaign. His motorized, as far as I can see, are still level 5. I saw that stack of 53. They were all level 5. So he hasn't even maxed out his attack bombers. And so talking about sitting confident, the only reason he we would have, if Ethiopia would have fought along with me when I said please help me defend Africa, we make an alliance against this evil gold spammer, we would have won. It's Ethiopia's fault that Germany could dominate this map entirely and make it super boring for everyone. Super boring and quite anxious. Is that a adverb? Is that a adjective? Uh, I hate Germany. I loathe Ethiopia. I dislike Japan. I can't stand New Guinea, and I am not a fan of New South Wales. I'm so happy. It's only 4 days to go, uh, but this is as good as I felt about this match in a long time. I even have 8,000 manpower saved up. I actually spammed out recruitment centers and I got my production of manpower up from I think let's say 90,000 or 89,000 to 93,000. That's an increase of 4,000. That's like almost 5%, isn't it? And that's not by upgrading my cores. That is by building manpower production centers all over the place. So it's expensive. It takes a lot of resources, but you can get up a little bit, 5%. No, bad song. Let's skip that. And yeah, also we have a truck here. So please tell me in chat where I should deploy my 211th airplane convoy CU-211. It's my first nuclear rocket. You can actually name your uh, railroad guns and your nuclear rockets and your carriers and your battleships, but I don't know where it says the name of the unit. I think it's maybe when it dies, when it's like in the reports. Because this should be rocket number 1. And it's now a convoy because apparently Cheyenne does not have an airport. That doesn't matter. I guess I'm going to deploy it up around Boys, which has only a level 1 airport, so spies could kill it. But and from here, I think I can cover, let's call it Fortress Victoria, because Victoria is a level 5 fort now with artillery and anti-air, which is a strong garrison for South America. And it covers Prince Rupert, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, and Kamloops. So it covers this northern cluster of cities from inland, from far away from any invasions, from far away from any, and I could place a level 3 fort even in here. That's probably not a big difference, but so I have one nuke covering kind of my northern American city cluster, and I think nukes is a great way to defend my North American holdings. With 4 days to go and these preemptive strikes on Ethiopia and Japan, I am not as worried anymore of a massive coordinated invasion strike that will take me out. I think that has passed. It's too little time. They're not set up. They're not coordinated enough. They're gonna lose a major ingredient, which is 50 fast Japanese units. Even with Germany and whatever Wales and New Guinea and Sumatra can scrape together, I'm fairly confident, even if I'm offline sleeping for 8 hours and I come back and there are stuff on my coasts, what remains, I do think I can handle that and still end up in second place. So this is a turning point in the campaign. The invasion by Ethiopia lost his patience and he got vulnerable and he got kicked in the nuts, and now Japan's gonna get kicked in the nuts, and then I'm gonna play around for 4 days and just do mean evil things. And I actually started building a second Cheyenne rocket. No, sorry, Denver. Where's the truck? Oh, Denver. Yeah, Denver has a level 5 secret lab. So it only takes 1 day and say 5 hours to build a rocket. What is that? 30 hours. Obviously, we're gonna protect it with a level 3 fort. Because if the sneaky Illinois player decides to go bananas and betray me, that's why I have forts and garrisons in the inland cities. Okay, Wichita over here also has a level 5 secret lab, and now it's gonna have a level 3 fort. Remember, level 3 hides the garrisons, so it's kind of the sweet spot to stop building, and cost and time wise as well. It's kind of cheap to build up to level 3, but level 4 and 5 are more major investments. Couldn't tell you exact incremental increase in percent of the build cost, but just in an estimate. Okay. Oklahoma doesn't have a fort. That is an abomination to my eyes. It doesn't have a garrison either. Kansas? Eh, Kansas isn't worth protecting. Right. That is super boring, even for me. So how many nukes am I building? I think 5. No, 3? Am I only building 3 nukes? Look, my production queue is almost empty. I'm building 3 nukes, and wait, that means I must have more nukes on the map. Denver. Oh, Jacksonville has. Oh, look at that. Jacksonville has a nuclear rocket as well. So that means I'll place it in, I suppose, Montgomery, because it's inland and it's garrisoned, and it has soon a level 3 fort, and it has. I mean, of course, I want more than just a single stupid infantry, but that's what we have. And this nuclear rocket can now cover like Florida, Miami, Texas coastline, maybe a little bit down into the Caribbean as well. Um, so instead of having a huge amount of air and land power, I use nukes to defend myself. Cool. We have 2 nukes and 3 building. So that's 5 nukes. Did we have Jacksonville? Okay, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that makes sense. Does it? I thought I was building 5 nukes. I built 2. I started to build another one. Okay, tell me. Okay. Well, maybe I have. Anyway, the most important is I am building 2 down here in South America itself that I can place. And if Germany manages to get in land. Any large stack navy or land force is gonna get it. I'm also upgrading slowly my tactical bombers. But I am not building a lot of stuff. I'm building 7 more submarines, a an artillery, a cruiser. So most is going into nukes and upgrading tactical bombers now. Nukes and tactical bombers that might not come in use in the 4 days. If Germany decides to sit on his hands for the rest of the map, which I think he will. I think he's too craven and cowardly to actually do something. And I'm certainly not going to approach this African coast. If I do something, it will be indirect, up towards Iceland, UK, maybe tell Ethiopia that he should have picked me over Germany somehow. Maybe messing around with naval forces over here a bit. Okay, so again, a long rant. I'm not gonna show this massacre, but just he's bombing Hilo with naval bombers. I don't know why. He's already taken Hilo. I think he just invaded Lahaina, this island. I mean, he's had weeks to take out Hawaii, and he just took out Lahaina here. So guess I should send a 2 submarines. 1 submarine I'm gonna send to Lahaina to check what's going on there, and the other one down to Hilo and see why he's bombing Hilo. And yeah, all these naval bombers gonna be ready to fly, unfortunately. But hey, what you gonna do? I could send these for Johnson Atoll is empty. So let's check out Wake Island. I mean, is he gonna keep naval forces around there? I don't know. Is he gonna... Does he have more troops coming? I don't know, but I'm gonna send these 4 submarines to Sand Island. Why does he want to go forced march? I guess I forced march to the... Boom. That's the coffee. Yeah, and oh, I offered Libya asylum in South America, in Sao Marcos, and I kind of checked the point score list here. I think I'm gonna feed. I don't know if each city on the map is 10 victory points. I don't think it is. Only capitals in certain towns, because sometimes in the event log, in the front reports, you see plus 10 victory points, minus 10 victory points, and so other times you just see captured this, lost that. So unfortunately, a quick calculation leaves either we would have to do a fake war, and I would have to give him 6 cities, which I could do. You know, yeah, 7. If I gave him 7 cities, he would end up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th, 10th place. So I can't feed him 7 cities in 4 days because there's only 1 province change per day. But I could comfortably. Oh, he doesn't have units. If he had units, he could just sit in more or less not that important cities. I could give him North American cities, or I don't know. All my cities are very important, but actually, yeah, I have few non-developed cities. But okay, so if I gave him 7 cities with 10 victory points in each, he could end up. But anyhow, I think he's still gonna be in the game. He can't be eliminated, and if you're in the game at the end of the match, 4 days, you will get a small amount of gold and the satisfaction of not being eliminated, because Germany just he sent 5 nukes to his 5 cities. Kazakhstan took his 24 heavy tanks and took Tripoli and Sabah and Wadam. So like a vulture, Kazakhstan strikes poor Libya that's been sitting here. But Libya was nice enough to give me most of all of his resources, and They have actually helped quite a lot to build up all the fortresses. They sure don't give me manpower, but they help me develop the manpower centers and the fortresses. And the fortress helps me feel sleep safer at night, and the manpower increase helps me build an even larger army than the current 723 units that South America fields. So poor Libya now consists of one single province, but they still have a submarine outside Valletta. No, they have two provinces still, but they're gonna lose Valletta obviously. And they have two battleships. No, sorry, one battleship and a submarine. That I'm yapping. This is extremely peripheral. But remember, Germany taught me to give. He had a war against Texas, but he didn't eliminate them. Texas has gone inactive. Uh, I think you can come back as an inactive player. I don't know if you get gold. I failed to take out Bolivia, and Bolivia probably has. Yeah, okay. Here you can see victory points. Lisbon has 10 victory points, so you can actually click on the town and see. Madrid has. Well, let's pick a city that's not very important, like Timisoara, 10 points. Belgrade. Okay. It seems that every town has 10 victory points. But then why? Oh wait. Then why does it get a report sometimes but not all the time? Okay, surely every town has 10 victory points. So I'm happy that I offered asylum to Libya. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna give Libya the chance to watch the end game, because at this stage, do you think he's gonna betray me and feed information to Germany? I doubt that. Even I am not paranoid enough. So I'll offer him, he can log in, he can watch his one province, and he can watch Germany, he can watch my troop disposition. And if he would start to write German like, yeah, South America has 700 units and nukes, and they are stacked against you mostly. Yeah, go ahead, be my guest. Okay. Thanks for watching. 38 minutes of yapping. Have a good day. I will be back with New Zealand, which is a cluster mess, and later there will be Scum streaming. Thanks for watching. Bye, boys and girls.